Hey guys, welcome to What is Truth? I'm here with Neil.
How you doing, guys?
So we're reacting to the presidential, we're walking to the best moments of the presidential debate between Trump and Biden. I know this is a little bit different. We're gonna come at this as a Christian perspective. So let's get right into this and let's start watching it, right?
Yeah, let's go.
You've got to start right here. Some voters have expressed concern about President Biden's age and his ability to keep focus. Tonight, at times, the president seemed to lose his train of thought, including in his answer early in the debate to a question about the economy.
Much less tax, and companies were bringing back trillions.
We'd be able to wipe out his debt. We'd be able to help make sure that all those things we need to do, child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our health care system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
But that was not always the tenor of the debate. There were also moments of high-energy exchanges like this one, where Mr. Trump and Mr. Biden clashed over one of the biggest issues of this election, the future of abortion access after the Supreme Court's 2022 decision overturning Roe v. Wade.
He can take the life of the baby in the 9th month and even after birth, because some states, Democrat run, take it after birth. Again, the former governor of Virginia, put the baby down, then we decide what to do with it. So he's willing to, as we say, rip the baby out of the womb in the 9th month and kill the baby. Nobody wants that to happen, Democrat or Republican. Nobody wants it to happen.
You're lying. That is simply not true. The Roe v. Wade does not provide for that. That's not the circumstance. Only if a woman's life is in danger, she's going to die. That's the only circumstance in which that can happen. But we are not for late-term abortion, period. Period, period.
The first part, and then we're getting to the abortion part, because the abortion part, that is important in the biblical side, especially if you're voting, because that's a big determiner for voting if you're a Christian. Mm-hmm. But anyway, what do you think about Biden's mental state or the way he talks?
It's sad, dude. It's not even funny. It's just really sad that the Democrats are willing to still push him. His wife as well, just keep on pushing him to run this when you can clearly see that he's not stable. He cannot actually keep on doing that.
No.
He's barely making any sense. He cannot finish the sentences whatsoever.
And he was trained before the speech. You could tell a lot of it was like he was taught what to say, and you could say it this way. And then if you go based off what you say.
They're probably drugged in. But,
oh yeah, of course. But
probably didn't give enough doses of,
or his body just can't take it.
Yeah.
His wife congratulated him afterwards. Like, he answered every question. How's that a good thing to say? I mean, he answered every question
because he kind of did. I mean, he answered every question, but some of the questions, for example, they were asking him about childcare, something about childcare.
Yeah.
How you're gonna be able to help millions and millions of citizens on childcare. And he said, well, I'm going to increase the taxes on the wealthy. Then the commentators are like, okay, thank you, Mr. President, but you still have 1:45 seconds left. And that's when he started mumbling.
And you didn't know what to say other than that.
And Trump obviously avoided multiple questions.
Trump would either counteract on what something he says, or Trump will go because it's...
But you can see night and day. Like, Trump is
between
years younger.
Between the mental. We're talking mental faculties right now.
Just the energy, their overall health. I mean, I'm not saying Trump is super healthy, but it's way healthier than Biden.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Is this the type of guy that you guys are going to want to actually have a conversation with Putin?
No.
With Kim Jong-un? With Shin?
And I'm going to be honest. Because I don't want people to think that, like, oh, we're just biased. It's like, to be honest, okay, you have Trump and Biden. Mm-hmm. I would rather have someone else than Trump on the Republican side, to be honest. He is a great business negotiator, and he is stern, and he is, coherently there, right? Even though he's got so many other allegations that I don't prefer and I don't care for, but that's what we have right now. Biden on the other side has nothing going for him. He's mentally not there. He stands for things that are totally ungodly. He causes issues with other people. He lies. I mean, Trump lies, but I mean, it's kind of like, for example, Trump lies, okay, whatever. He's lying because whatever, you know, like I have
lied
the
on
biggest
the-
yacht that's ever happened. Of course,
Yeah.
he doesn't have the biggest yacht
Did
that's
you
ever
see that
existed.
he lied about having sex with a porn star?
Oh, like look at
It's
that.
like I never had sex.
like that, like right, okay. Versus Biden, it's like lying about a fund. It's lying about what his son did with Russia Coherent. It's lying. Like these are big things. Both, and again, I'm
He
not.
even said that we have the lowest immigrants coming in.
No, when we don't. And
There's no way. He even said that the Border Patrol and all the agents actually support him, and they will, well, pretty much support him, and they denounce him. Right away after he said that, they posted a tweet saying that, no, we by any means, we actually endorse Biden whatsoever.
right, the immigrants don't. The immigration doesn't endorse Biden. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not trying to compare like, oh, this sin is better than this one. No, it's just that they're both flawed individuals. However, what comes most importantly now is let's get into the abortion part, right? Because this is gonna help solve a lot of the issues, especially like with the economy and all the other stuff. Okay, with the abortion issue, I still don't. Excuse me. I don't fully agree with Trump either when it comes to abortion. Neil's a little bit different with me on the abortion side, but I don't believe in abortion whatsoever. Like you guys, we've had a podcast before with a person who came up with the abortion clinic and all that stuff, explaining the horrors of it. So let's fact check some things that Biden said. He says that we do not stand for any late-term abortions, whatever. That is
That's
not
a
true.
lie.
That is not true at all. New York did abortions
New Mexico,
late-term
California.
and even after the birth of the child was born. New Mexico is the largest abortion. It's considered the abortion capital of the world. It did first term, second term, third term, and there were some crazy. The other ones were a little bit more allegation side, but I mean, you kind of don't really doubt it after you heard about the Satanic Church that they're donating the remains to the Satanic Church, which is crazy because it's close by where me and Neil live in Las Cruces.
That's insane.
It's insane. And Trump on his side is that we allow abortion if it protects the wife and if it protects protects the mother if she's going to die, or in worst case scenarios, or maybe in the first trimester or whatever, right? I think he's in the first trimester, or maybe he's not.
Which I still think that's too long.
Right. And I mean, okay, if I'm voting, I'm going to have to vote. I vote on the side, Trump's side, because it's a less egregious form of abortion than it is on Biden's side. However, as a Christian, I prefer no abortion. And you may say, Christian, well, that's not fair. Well, the majority of the extreme forms of abortion with rape and of the mother's loss is less than 1%. It's a fact, statistics. I'm not going to argue with you with that.
And there's also another video of, I forgot, I think the name of the podcast is Middle Line, something like that.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Middle Line, where they come together and they
come
debate.
together. And one of the girls was debating about her being raped. So he was raped apparently multiple occasions. Yeah, she was raped multiple occasions. And she didn't have any babies, thank God, during that. And apparently right now she's having 2 girls, which she obviously did it with her husband. And she's saying that she's not up for abortion if you get raped. And the other girl saying that, well, are you for the girl? Are you going to obligate the girl that got raped having that baby? And she brings a good argument. She's like, well, tell me the difference between a baby that was formed by a marriage different from someone that got raped.
Right.
Like, are you telling me there's a difference between those two?
Is it a different
babies?
baby? Right.
Is it a different baby? Is it different for both of them? Sadly, no, it's not. I mean, whatever happened to the victim is horrible. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I never saw it from that perspective, because then you're now putting one human life less
than the other. Right, and it's 100% true. And I mean, that's why my form, the baby should be born. It's not the baby's fault. It's life, and it's up to and God created that life. Like the book of John says, John chapter 1 verse 4, talking about Christ, how He's the source of life, that He was the source of life, and that life was the light of humanity. Another verse says in Acts chapter 3:15, the author of life, whom God raised from the dead, to this we are witnesses to Him. Right? God is the author of life. Not saying that God. Now let me clarify this. God does not ordain people to get raped so you can create life.
Exactly.
Of course not. No. But that life, right? That being has life. That's God ordained, made in the image of God, that has a right to exist, right? And the idea is like, okay, and this is maybe controversial with me, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's even like a Hebrew tradition too, is that the mother's life is lived, even if it's 20 years or 30 years, that child's life has no life, right? Lived. it is the obligation of that child to live far more than the mother's obligation to live. And that may be hard for you to hear. That may be, you may think that's misogynistic, or you may think that's not fair. I mean, life isn't fair. But if I was a father and I had a child, and if I had to die for my child to live, I would do that sacrifice for my child to live. I lived my life. I lived my 25 years of my life. It may not have been long. It may not be everything I wanted, but I am denying my child, my baby, to even live that life. And I think that's not right, right? I think that's more fair in that sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, final point. I think that as Christians, when it comes to abortion, we have to go with what the Bible says, and that is not to kill or take away a life, right? Not to, and I'm sorry, I think it's selfish, because a majority of abortions are people who get shacked up, people who mess around, people who are promiscuous. Yeah. That is a majority of abortions, right?
And that's what we're against.
And that's what I'm mainly against that in areas. And those other circumstances, man, I'm like, it's
when
tough.
When it's a miscarriage, when the baby's being developed in the fallopian tube, so you need to do that. Abortion, that's understandable.
And you know, when you're trying to abort a special needs child too, I don't think that's right either, because that's why doesn't a special needs child deserve to have life? So that's why a majority of abortions are done because people shack up and they mess up because they want to have sex out of marriage. They just want to fool around. It is that way. You could even see people on TikToks showing the abortion fetuses do like that is sick and satanic, right? And the extremes, again, we're talking about 1%. I am still in that area. Of course, Neil's different from me, so I don't want to pull Neil on me on that.
No. We have different views.
We have different. We went to 1%, but in general, we both agree that people who have abortion because of messing around with sex out of marriage, promiscuity, or just because they just want to, or because they don't have responsibility, or they make dumb excuses. Well, I'm not financially stable in my life. Some of our parents were financially stable in their lives, and they dealt with it. Some of our parents are migrants who crossed with us as babies and got us here, even though it was hard and tough for them. They were willing to do that, and they're happy with how we are now. You know, it's our lives. But do you have any last thoughts on that?
Yeah, on the
Biden-Trump thing too?
On the Biden-Trump? Well, I do understand why in the politics side of you, they want to just leave it up to states to a certain measurement, I guess. But I'm sorry, guys, there's not like 30-day return or anything like that once you start having a baby, like we mentioned. I understand the ladies that want to get an abortion if, like you said, your baby's in special like need, you know,
or like physical issues,
osteoporosis imperfecta, where they cannot even move. Their bones they're made of glass. They're gonna be breaking. They're gonna be needing physical attention, medical attention for the rest of their lives. I can see why. Okay, I'm biased by it. I don't agree to it, but I can respect and understand your point of view as of that. But overall, if you just want to have an abortion just because you were out partying at the bar, nah, dude. You should be held accountable as the man. Right. That's another thing. Don't think that just because we're not up for abortion, the men are going to be just running free. No. If you're a man,
you are obligated to provide for that child. You're obligated to be responsible for that child. Here's the thing, too. Now, and all those men are not good fathers. They're not meant to be fathers. So I don't think that they should, either two things. Either they step up and during those 9 months and make themselves become a man of God, right? Get themselves right with God and become a father. Or they provide for that wife, and then some other father figure takes a role in and helps provide for that child. Those are the two options in that area. Yeah, that I could think of.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, like that's the way that, because a child needs a father to be raised up in the right way to discern what's right, and he needs a mother to help nurture him and provide the shelter and love. So anyway, guys, that's the whole idea with the Biden and Trump thing that's going on. Remember, Christians, we have to go with his godly and a good report. We follow what the Word of God says, and we cannot stand for that. This is only on the abortion side. There's many other issues that determine more issues, right on whether which should stand on Christianity of them. Cough, cough. One of them is obvious. It's the whole pride agenda that's being pushed. Yeah. What is the cardinal verse sin in the Bible that's spoken about that separates us from God? Pride. So that's an obvious one. But anyway, guys, we're here to talk about what was going on in this debate, the whole issue with the mental capacities of presidents and this abortion one that came up. But anyway, guys, I thank you guys for tuning in today for What is Truth. Neil has his clothing line right here on the bottom, so you guys will be seeing a picture of it. You'll have a link at the bottom of that. If that link doesn't work, go to the description. That link will definitely work. You click on it. And Neil's having a sale for 4th of July.
Yeah, everything's going to be 50 to 75% off, so take advantage of that, guys. It's just going to be that 4th of July weekend.
Okay, well, thank you guys for tuning in. We have some more content coming out, more shorts coming out. If you guys could check our Instagram page. And many of you guys are our viewers, but you guys are not subscribers. So make sure you guys subscribe so you can get more of our content that comes in on your feed that comes up. And
Subscribe, share, and follow, guys, please.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate that. And guys, remember, when people ask you what is truth, you say Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life.
Say no to the devil, guys.
Amen.